Good morning and welcome to your Monday Minute with Pastor Matt. Hope you're having a great start to your week and a great Monday and that you're going to have a great week ahead. Wanted to come to you and talk to you this morning about a message I preached yesterday out of Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse number 6, where the Bible tells us, "The Lord our God spake unto us in Horeb, saying, Ye have dwelt long enough in this mount." And if you missed the message, go download it and listen to it. But I wanted to give a thought out of the message there that I think is good for everyone and applicable. The question is this: the Israelite people had waited in the wilderness because they had disobeyed God. They waited in the wilderness for 40 years. It took them 40 years to go 11 days of a journey. And they were in Horeb because they disobeyed God, because they were too afraid to go cross Jordan and go into the land which God had prepared for them. If you remember about the spies going into the land and how the 10 didn't want them because they were afraid of all the giants in the land. And I feel like that's how we are in our Christian life a lot. How many blessings do we miss out on because we are afraid of the giants in the land? And I always think of when people go through trials, I think of Job. I mean, what greater person and example do we have in the Bible of somebody that goes through a trial? And a lot of people get hung up on the first part of the book of Job. And yes, what Job went through was horrible, and we shouldn't want that for anybody. But at the same time, because of Job's faithfulness through his trial, and he begged God to take the trial away from him and not experience that trial, Job would have missed out on the blessing of having 10 more children. Job would have missed out on the blessing of what it feels like when you come out on the other side of that trial and you see God's faithfulness through it. So I don't know what trial you may be going through or what trial you may soon face, but I want to encourage you, believer, no matter what that trial, God is ever faithful, and there is something on the other side of that trial that God can use to be a blessing in your life. So don't give up on the Lord. He has a perfect plan. He is faithful. He does love you. And I ask, if you don't know Jesus as your Savior, there's no greater day than today. But if you do know Him and you're facing that trial, trust Him. You'll never go wrong. Psalms tells us, "I once was young, but now I'm old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor seed begging bread." God is ever faithful. Have a great week. Love you, and I'll see you next Monday.